The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 384. We're recording on February the 7th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus, also known as JesusWalksAlot. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief, Henley Mayo is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hello, all you horrible people out there. How's it going, guys?
Howdy. It's going mighty fine, sir. And from Little Ohio, coming from the East Coast, the Mayo, Steve Willer's back. Welcome, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, Jesus, what's up? On this snow-covered wintry night.
It's not snow-covered here, but okay.
It's nasty. It's ice and snow around here from the other
Really?
day. Yeah, we literally had to dig my roommate's car out because it was stuck as it sat.
Wow.
We had like a quarter-inch of ice and then snow on top and then some more ice and then some more snow. And so it's
You
been
guys are
yucky.
lucky. We haven't had a drop of rain or any snow out here. I think it's all melted now. Nobody can go skiing out here in California.
Good time to be a gamer, sit inside and not go out.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, sounds pretty shitty, to be honest.
Good reason to stay at home and play games, not go to work.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, welcome to the show, people. You can follow us on Twitter at _horrible gamers. There was a review on iTunes, Spotify, as well as where you can find us. You can also find us on Facebook. Horrible Gamers Podcast is our page. There is a link to the group in that page. It's called Horrible Gamers Podcast Community on Facebook. It is a closed group, so anything you post in the group stays within the group. Also, big shout out to the Patreon machines that make the show go. They're the fuel to the fire. They are the fuel to the fire. Like our friends Leahy, the legendary Big D, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Pacharek, Chad, Henley M, Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, Evan Big Girls Big D Tanaka, Jonathan Titan Big D Hall, and the first HGP Patreon, Bill Still Even the Biggest D Garner the second. Ooh. The second. Ooh.
Number 2.
That means he's not good enough. He could have been number 1, but instead he's number 2.
Well,
What
I saw today, Jesus.
What a
that
loser. What a loser.
I was walking by the old television today, the old boob tube. And not that I really watch too much TV or news or anything these days, but the Queen Elizabeth has named, I forgot her name now, Queen Consort or something. So what is she, number 2? So she's not quite number 1 yet. Don't know how this relates, but still.
What do you mean?
Lame. I don't know. She's like Queen Consort. I forgot her name. The other chick. Queen Elizabeth's in England, mate. That's what I'm talking about, eh? G'day.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Continue on, Jesus.
What is this? What is this queen shit? What is this?
It's not
What
the
is
king,
this
it's the
thing?
queen.
Queen consort. Let's look this. I'm
I think
Googling
that's
this
what
now.
it said.
What is-
I was just
what
walking
is-
by. I'm like, does this say consort? Is that how you say it? Help us out, Vetterhall. Like, how the hell do you say it? I watched Game of Thrones. I don't remember a queen consort. Oh, wait, because it was only... Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dude, the queen has been queen for 70 fucking years.
Yeah. I was like, wait, no. Shit. She's
70
70. She's older
years.
than that. And I'm like, crap, she's been the queen for 70.
She's older than that. Yeah, she's been the queen for 70. She became the queen at age 25.
Damn.
Damn. That's when you were like 10 years old, Gunny.
Yeah.
You remember that day, Gunny?
No. It was so long ago. What's the king's name? I'm not up on the whole England thing, mate.
But he wasn't a king. Was he the king? He wasn't considered a king, was he?
Yeah, I thought he was.
No, was he the king? What? Was he the king? Who was the king? Didn't he die recently?
I thought
died.
he did, and the wife's like, "No, he didn't." And I was like, "I thought he had passed away."
Who's looking at Let's look this up. We're Googling England
Okay, so
facts
it
now.
says...
Okay. What does it say,
Prince
Gunny?
Philip. Okay, so Prince Philip died at the age of 99.
So he was
That's
he
in
never
July.
was he never a king then?
I
Or
thought he was.
that's what they. But why was he called Prince then?
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Could only the Queen be called Queen?
Yeah,
I think
here.
I think what happened. No, honestly, this is what happened. I think so. So you know how royals marry royals, right? And I think if you are the king or the queen of England by blood, if somebody marries into the kingship or like a queen or whatever, like if you marry into it, you cannot be considered a king or a queen because you're not from the bloodline itself. Like say you're the king of France or something. If you marry the princess of fucking England, you don't become the king of England because you married the princess of England or whatever. You're still the king of France, but you are like you get like some other fucking title for England or whatever. You know what I mean? That's how it worked back in the day with like kings and queens and shit back in Europe. You know, back those dirty people back in Europe, those people. You know, that's how it works with kings and queens, man. Like I think that's how it works. Where like if you marry into another, because that's what they do, right? They marry into other royal families or whatever. But you don't become a king of that country just because you fucking married the princess. I'm pretty sure it was all done by bloodline, and I'm pretty sure England was one of the first countries to establish that rule because they hated France and shit so much, you know, like they don't like if they married between each other, they didn't want somebody to like all of a sudden declare themselves the king of fucking England. If they were the fucking Prince of France or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you don't like that would take over the country, you know, then who controls the country, Mayo? Who runs this shit now?
Right.
It
And
does
probably
say Jesus.
bloodline's probably easier to keep track of too, you know, because
Yeah.
if a couple got married or whatever, then would the king take
Kind
over,
of like
you know?
kind of how like the lady who married the prince or whatever, that was it a couple years ago, right? A few years ago, whatever. The chick that the dude married or whatever, the queen's son, he married that chick or whatever who was a commoner or whatever. She wasn't a royalty, like she wasn't from royalty or whatever.
Was that her name? I'm not looking it up.
Yeah, like she can't technically be queen of England. Like if say like his mom died or whatever, and he was the next in line to be the king or whatever. But that's not how it is right now. Somebody else is next in line. But say for example, then all these people die, and he all of a sudden magically became the king of England because no one else was left above him, right? She would not be considered the queen, I don't think, because she's not from royal blood. Like her blood is not royal blood or whatever, so she cannot be queen of England, I don't think.
I got some facts for you here, but
because they were talking about it, dude. Like I remember they were talking, like they were all making a big deal about it. Like, what if all these people died and you know Prince Charles or whatever the fuck his name was becomes the fucking king of England? Will she be the queen all of a sudden? They're like, no, she won't be the fucking queen. She'll just be married to the king of England or whatever.
Okay,
but
I got a question for you here. Okay, so it says here that Queen Elizabeth, who's married to Prince Philip, the law does not allow the husband to take the title of the king.
Oh.
The reason is Queen Elizabeth is Queen regnant, having inherited the position, therefore becoming a ruler in her own right. So does that mean, yeah, so I guess like she could be queen, but I guess she's queen consort or something, right? But not technically like full on queen. I don't know.
I don't. She's the queen, dude. Right? She's a queen. Mayo, is she the queen?
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's been the queen for 70 years, bro. She's the fucking queen. Well, you ain't gonna tell her no. Gunny's gonna try to show up to the castle. Gunny's gonna try to show up to the palace. Gunny's gonna try to show up one day to the palace. She's not the queen. She's not the real queen. They're gonna fuck Gunny up.
I'm gonna show up there. Be like, I don't know. They'll probably like drop some hot oil on me or something, right? Boiling hot water or boiling hot oil. This is how we did it back in the day, mate. You're from fucking Australia.
Oh shit!
Fake Gunny.
Oh, they're gonna kick your ass, Gunny. You
can't even use the right accent. Come on.
Fucking the Redcoats are gonna whip your ass, Gunny. No, it's funny. The other day I was watching videos of like of the royal guards or whatever, those guys with the fucking big tall black hats or whatever, and how they like people like not fucking getting out of the way, because they do marches and shit around the palace. They have to march a certain like path or whatever. Those motherfuckers will legit just push you out of the way. They do not fucking stop moving. They will not stop for you. They do not fucking get out of the way for you. They will push you out of the fucking way. If you are in their way, they would legit just shove you out of the way to keep walking. It's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I've seen some of those TikTok videos of the ones that they're a little cringy, but where they're just like in their face and everything. And then, I mean, if you get super, super close, you are getting pushed to the ground or pushed.
You're getting pushed or you're getting shoved or you're going to get something. Like the other one I was watching too was the, because I started watching these videos of these soldiers that do that shit. And one of them was the soldier of the tomb of the unknown soldier, or whatever.
That's another one I watched. Yeah.
The guard that protects that one and shit, dude. And that shit is serious, man. Because I've been there twice in my life. And when you go there, there's like signs everywhere that says, do not fucking talk. Do not make any noise when you're here. Like don't fucking be loud. Do not cross the fucking chains or whatever. Don't try to get close. Don't try to fucking do anything. Yeah, man, those guards take their job very seriously now. Very seriously, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mayo? Yeah.
Don't go right up there, Mayo, like some wackadoodle.
Yeah, don't try to jump the fence and try to get into the Queen's Palace saying, this is American. Don't try to do that shit, all right, Mayo? They'll fuck you up, dude, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man, good. Don't try to pull out your American flag and shit. Try to jump over the fence.
Bitch, what's up?
This is American. Try to jump over wearing an American flag as a cape and shit, trying to jump over the fence. Don't try to do that, okay?
Wearing a Speedo. Oh, God. I don't want to see that video.
That would be Mayo. trying to jump over the fence.
In the car. You're gonna jump over the fence in the car.
The Camaro, driving your big ass Camaro
over there on the grave.
That car would probably be too big for the streets of fucking London, dude. The streets of all the streets in Europe that I've seen are all fucking tiny. Why are they so tiny, Gunny?
I don't know. Maybe they all drive Mini Coopers.
Maybe I legit think people over there cannot parallel park. I'm just talking shit about Europe now. I don't think people in Europe can parallel park, Mayo. I don't think they can. I've never seen parallel. Like it's weird, man. There's never like 2-lane road. They're all one ways. They're all tiny roads. Look like little alleyways. How do you not get lost in that?
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I don't like going downtown in big towns or big cities or whatever. And it's all
like
one
Portland,
way.
Man. I was in Portland the other night, dude. Right, and fuck, man, everything's one way. I hate that fucking town, dude. Everything is like a one. You go to downtown Portland, man, everything is one way. And then there's bus lanes, and then there's like the TriMet, the fucking train. So like the train is driving on the road, the bus has his own lane, and everything is a one way. And then you got all these stupid bicyclists and crackheads jumping out in front of your car and shit, just like fucking all high out of their fucking minds. And it's like midnight. You're like, what are you doing, dude? Like, it's fucking 1 a.m, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? These crackheads, man.
You got way more of those up there, but you do pass through a larger city than I do.
Those crackheads don't ever listen.
But you know what we do have, Jesus? You know what we have, like I see more and more of? Like in England, they have the roundabout, the turnabout.
Dude, those are a thing now in Oregon too, man. Like there's like all these things. They're like every like new development they build, like new houses or new areas they develop or make new roads or whatever. They put all those roundabouts in.
Yeah, we've got quite a few of them now.
They're like a thing now in the U.S. I think it's like a thing.
There's like a couple of them. If I take the back way to work, I have to hit.
Yeah, America finally realized they're kind of handy to slow traffic down.
Yeah, or you don't have to come to that complete stop, like
took us 200 years to realize that.
Right. Well, I read, I read or somewhere like that. It basically prevents big fatalities, because, if you have a stop sign and you have like cross traffic that can be going really fast, this makes everybody slow down. So there is a collision. It's a slower collision than somebody going full speed, through an intersection.
Oh.
Because obviously you guys slow down and go around that curb, even if it's a little bit. So it's going to be more of a fender bender instead of a big wreck.
Nice. Well, enough of this bullshit talk. Let's get into video games, guys. What we've been playing this week. This week I haven't really played nothing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to buy Dying Light 2 eventually. I'm going to get it on This is a debate for me. I don't know if I should get it on the PC or if I should get it on Steam. I'm not on PC or on Steam. I mean on PS5 or Steam.
Right.
I'm really debating it, man. Like, because on the PS5, I'll play it on my couch and on the OLED. It'll be fun.
Kind of feel. I mean, something to consider, Jesus, is you don't like the movement anymore on a controller in a first-person game. So I would think about that a little bit, because it's a very first-person game, and I'm sure it looks fine and plays fine on the PS5. But you know how you were saying like the turning feels slow and this and that. I feel like it could aggravate you. You get kind of used to that mouse and keyboard movement, and you may want to be on PC for that reason.
You are completely right. I did not consider that at all.
I mean, that's what I would consider, just because the fact that it's first person for me, it's usually a PC title. And if it's third person, I would consider getting it on a console because I don't mind the controls so much. If that makes sense.
You're fucking right completely. Holy shit, I just forgot about that. Yeah, I'll probably get it on PC then. Yeah, but I'm gonna get that sometime this week. I was gonna get it today, but I didn't have the time. But like usual, playing more Ready or Not. That's all I played this week. I mean, literally, that's all I did.
Yeah,
and actually,
you guys streamed that earlier.
We actually made some new friends the other day. Me and Ghost Nico were playing, and one of the guys, well, two guys in the lobby actually, they had mics and we had mics, but in the game it is all push to talk, and it kind of is a little distracting if you're using push to talk and you're trying to clear building or whatever. Like it's just like it's not hard.
The game's hard enough as is, and then
it's like another and if you fuck up or like you're talking and you're not paying attention, like it really can throw you off. It can fuck you up. You could get killed by doing that shit. So we told these guys like, hey, like you guys have Discord? Like, yeah, we have Discord. And I gave them the Discord link to our Discord, and they joined us in the chat, and these guys were cool. It was, who was it? Captain Climax
and Dylan?
And Dylan, yeah, they joined us. So I was playing with them for quite a bit, and then later on that night, I believe after I had left, I think you were still on, Mayo. I don't know if you left before me or.
I think I left at the same time you did. I think we all kind of wrapped up at the same time.
I believe Nipron stayed on with Climax and Ghost Nico as well, and another person, Jolly, she joined up, and she joined the Discord as well. And I don't know, I'm thinking she's friends with Climax and Dylan.
Nipron, maybe even too.
And Nipron even. I think they stream together. They see. I don't know. I'm just assuming there. But so we were playing, and great group of people. Those people are awesome, man. It was fun getting like 5 people, together. Like
it was
all in the chat, everyone talking, everyone just hanging out and playing the game. That shit was dope as fuck.
It was fun to watch. You guys streamed that for me. Or actually, you guys streamed it some of it on Discord. I think that night you guys did Twitch.
Yeah, I streamed it on Twitch for like 2.5 hours. So
yeah,
and I linked that in the Discord if anybody want to go back and watch it. It was a good time. I was kind of learning the game still and kind of got my feet wet a lot more.
I noticed that in the beginning you were a little shy. You were a little trigger
still
shy.
Figuring it out, yeah.
But
I didn't want to shoot all the civilians,
Towards the end, though, you were fucking people up. I mean, me and you were together in one of the maps. I think it was the hotel, and we were like, for somehow we got split up from the group. Like me and you went one way, and everybody else went the other fucking way. But all together, like the entire team was doing really good. We were all like, me and you were alive for quite a long time, dude, and we were clearing out a lot of the areas, and me and you were just going through the building and clearing shit out, and the other guys were going through the building too, and then. I think in the end we ended up linking up with the other guys, or me and you got killed somehow. I don't remember, but it was cool, man. Overall, that game is so much fun. The new hotel level was dope. Mayo got to experience that big lobbies and
that's
the side entrance.
Fun level. It's big. It's like holy cow, this goes on forever.
And there's so many rooms and doors you have to go through and areas you have to explore, and you have to you're asking the team like, man, did you guys clear out this fucking area? There's so many hallways and back ways and secret service tunnels and fucking like different rooms, man. You got to clear out. Like you could totally miss a room without even trying to miss a room. There's the garage level, then there's the upstairs level, then there's the other level, the other garage level. Oh man, there's so many areas to go through in that game. Oh, that shit was so much fun, dude. I had a fucking blast playing with Dylan, Captain Climax, and I never got to play with Jolly, but I saw that she posted a screenshot of. She said that she was playing with Climax, and they were able to get an S rank, which is like the best rank you can get in the
I don't
game.
think I've seen us getting higher than a D in a group that I've played,
Yeah.
but I haven't had a whole lot of time in it yet. But
Yeah, they got an S rank. Now I'm assuming they did something easy like active shooter or something. Like something where you can just. Sometimes when you're playing active shooter on the gas station one, you might get lucky and you might be able to kick in the front door, and the first thing you see is the shooters, like the 2, 3. I believe there's 2 or 3 shooters, and like you might sometimes get lucky and be able to take out the shooters right in the beginning, Gunny. So like they're dead. So now all you have to do is really go to the building and secure all the civilians or whatever, So that could get you an S rank. But I don't know how they did it. I'm assuming that's how they did it, but I have no idea, to be honest. Anyways, I look forward to playing some...
I was going to say, Jesus, is the... Gosh, no, I kind of lost track. Oh, what's the raid? Did you talk about that? The raid in the game?
They're all raids. There's raids. So there's barricaded suspects. That's when they're just in a house hiding. There's a raid. Raid is kind of like barricaded suspects, but raid, whatchamacallit? The enemies are more hyped up. They're more amped up to fuck you up. Like
more
they're
meth.
more.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, they're more high on meth. Let's put it that way. Okay, they're higher on meth. All right, they're higher on meth, and they're really amped up to fuck you up. And yeah, there's some really hard levels where you do the raid, like the crack house one where you're in the laundromat and you have to collect the meth package from the laundromat and the other meth package in the house. That level can get really hard in the beginning, man, because sometimes they've added like 3 people that patrol outside or whatever, and sometimes they'll just come running at you like as soon as you spawn in the match.
I've seen
these
that.
motherfuckers are coming. They're coming down the staircase, running at you, shooting at you. So if you're not ready for all that, if you're not prepared, if you don't know the game, that could really throw you off and fucking kill you and you're dead. And now you got to watch everybody play for the next 20 fucking minutes because you just died in the first 2 seconds. Yeah. Other than that, man.
It blows me away, the realism, because I remember them saying there's a button to put your gun down. And if you keep your gun up too long, your arms will get tired. You'll get a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah.
And it might make it less accurate. Or I think I'm not streaming it. I remember we were going up those steps on that level you're talking about there, and we had a guy in sights, and somebody was getting ready to arrest him, and I had my gun on him with my flashlight attachment, and I'm walking forward, and there's this little drop, and it was probably only a couple, like 2 or 3 feet drop off, and I just kind of ran off of it, and I landed. All of a sudden, all my characters like, oh, whoa, whoa, and everybody's like, what was that? And my guy's like leg is all hurt, and just this little drop off from a couple feet. Hurt my guy's leg. I don't know if he like sprained an ankle or what it was, but it was like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. Like any other game, you could just drop off of there, no problem, because it was a small drop off and
fall damage. Wow.
Yeah, like the game is really cool, man. They've added, like I said, this new update. They added reflections to the mirrors. They added a bunch of stuff that the game does look pretty good, man. And I was running it on DX12 the other day, and it actually. DX12 in this game actually performs better than DX11, which it does in most games, but in some games, sometimes it's badly optimized. In this game, it's not. In this game, it actually improves your frame rate if you play on DX12. Yeah, so I believe I was playing on DX12 the other day, and I was getting like anywhere between 99 to 160 frames. It would all vary, like really. Like there would never be a significant drop from like 145 to fucking 90. There would never be a drop like that. It would always like hover around 100, but sometimes it would spike up quite a bit, and you'd be like, "Whoa, the fuck!" But yeah, the game it's a lot of fun, man. I really recommend this game for people that like SWAT games. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's something you really want to play with a group. I have not gotten myself to play it by myself yet. I feel like it's something that you want to play with a group. And
I play by myself. With randoms.
Yeah, I mean, with randoms, it would probably be all right, but I couldn't imagine playing with the AI. Like, I know there's commands and stuff. I've seen videos where you can issue commands. It reminds me of, like, old Soulcom. You could be like, you pull over the menu, and you're like, go here, breach this door, cover me, kind of thing.
Yeah, so you can do that. You can play by yourself.
trying to sit there and issue all these commands and then breach through a door. It would
seems, that seems way too fucking difficult for me. I couldn't be able to ever do that. But yeah, man. Other than that, that's all I've been playing. Really, I mean, I haven't really done much else this week besides that. I haven't been able to get Pokemon because it's sold out. Legit.
Oh, really?
It's fucking sold out. So I went to the stores the other day and I was looking for it, and Walmart, Target, my local Fred Meyer here, I went there, and all these stores are sold out. They're like, you want the other Pokemon? I'm like, no, I want Pokemon Arceus or whatever the fuck it's called. I want that one. And they're like, no, man, like we sold out of those the first day we got them. Like we're out. I'm what? I was fucking.
Yeah, I don't even think that's
mad.
a supply chain thing. They always sell out on the physical.
That shit was nuts,
really
dude.
fast.
I mean, and I don't want to buy it digitally because what if I don't like it? I could sell it if I have a physical copy.
Right.
I can't do that.
Return it. Credit.
Yeah, I can't do that if I have the digital version.
NFTs, Jesus. Get those NFTs so we can start selling our digital content.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I'll get Pokemon eventually. Eventually, it'll come back in stock. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, they sold out for the first week. Like that game, yeah, it was nuts. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's nowhere to be found. I want the fucking copy of that shit, and it's nowhere. And I could download it because I have the space on my Switch, because I installed a big ass memory card on my Switch. But I don't want to download it. I don't want to buy it digital. No,
I don't know.
Fuck you,
I saw some
Nintendo.
people complaining about the what was it? The resolution, not the resolution, but graphics or something. They weren't-
I think it's not as good graphically because it's open world, but I think it's still being played by a lot of people. I think some people really like it. I think Imes said he really likes it.
But I think someone was saying it wasn't even like 720. But I don't know, for streams I saw, it definitely looked fine to me.
You're a little robotic on me over there, Gunny.
Yeah, you're going Robotron over there, Gunny. Fix your fucking internet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hobo ass internet.
My kid's probably downloading a bunch of NFTs.
Tell him to stop fucking downloading the goddamn Gunny. We told you to talk to your kid about the NFTs. We fucking told you this last week. Sit him down. Talk to him about the NFTs, Gunny.
Damn, and the mods for all his Roblox crap.
Tell him to stop. Stop NFTing. And that's not cool. Stay in school.
Don't NFT.
Don't NFT. Stay cool in school. Anyways, yeah. Other than that, that's all I played. And that's all. That's it, guys.
I'm right there with you. Like I only played a little bit, and I played, Ready or Not with you that night, and I guess streamed for a couple hours that night, and like you said, it's a good time. Had a lot of fun with that. And then the rest of my week, Apex is kind of finishing up their season. So I'm like, I'm going to grind a little bit and play some ranked arenas. That's pretty much all I've been playing with Snickersnee a lot. And that game, I just made like zero headway, if not negative headway. Like I jumped in, I played a lot, probably the last 4 days. And like, you get points for a win and you lose points for a loss, and playing with Snickersnee, like we would win a couple in a row, then we get matched up with a really hard lobby and just get destroyed. Mm-hmm. And then we'd lose points. And then we'd like maybe win one and then we'd lose one, and we just kind of go back and forth. And by like the end of the night, I would gain maybe like 10 points on my season, points toward the next level. And then, so I'm like, okay, so then the next night I would queue up by myself and I get with randoms, and you just get some random players that would like not work well with you, or they would just, I'm just going to run off to my, by myself on the right, and everybody else is going left, and that guy gets knocked right away because he's going to push 3 people by himself and think, be Rambo over there. And then next thing you know, it's a 3 versus 2, and then we're fighting for our lives, and we end up dying and losing or whatever, and then you lose more points. And then this week it was pretty much, or today, I played a lot today, and it was a lot of going backwards today. It was just a lot of random teammates and a lot of no help. But I was trying to get through this. This is the last day of the season today. So the new season will start, I think, technically on the 8th. I think there's probably a little layover in between the seasons. They'll give you some time to just kind of play and they're going to introduce that new mode, I think, the 9 versus 9 domination, which would be kind of curious, and
Yeah, can't wait to see that.
check that out and go from there. So one big thing, Jesus, I don't know about how you do it or not, but I'm trying to change up how I hold my mouse. So typically I kind of almost, I want to say, drag my mouse, and I kind of have my pinky along the mouse pad, and it almost creates a little bit of resistance. I'm trying to actually get used to actually like almost having a grip on it, so I'm holding it. I'm trying to keep my accuracy a little better, because I feel like my accuracy is a little slow because I'm dragging that mouse instead of holding it. I don't know about you guys, but
What kind of fucking noob fucking PC master race shit did you just pull on me right now?
I know, right?
Where's your pinky at? You just say like your
It's
pinky's touching-
almost along those.
Tell me, at what degree do you hold your pinky on the mouse?
Oh no, I'm just saying it's at the bottom right corner of the mouse to almost drag it on the mouse mat.
Are you holding it at 90 degree, 80 degrees, 70, 60,
I don't know what degree you would say it is.
50?
80.
But yeah, so it's something I'm trying to like
Weird.
I practice a little bit tonight, just trying to make it more natural of actually gripping the mouse and kind of.
That does not feel natural, motherfucker.
It is a little different.
Gripping the mouse does not feel natural at all. There's nothing natural about gripping the mouse.
So is that what you
Mayo.
do? Do you like just slide it around, almost kind of like you're pushing it, or are you actually got a hold of it and then
Like for me, like
I've
my
never
palm or
noticed.
whatever.
you never notice? Yeah.
Like my palm is on the on the desk or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm moving that mouse, left and right.
I hold it like
Yeah.
this, man. Like this is how I hold
Yeah,
it.
same.
But I
same for
mean, when
me.
you have it on your desk, are you holding it just like that, or are you letting your
Like
finger
that,
kinda...
yeah. Like that, yeah. Like
Yeah, see,
my
I
thumb
don't-
is.
I don't really hold it.
My
I just
thumb-
kind of have it rest in there, and I just kind of push it and move it and slide it.
My fingers are always like this, and then
Yeah, so I've been working
my
just on gripping it more. Something to work on.
kind of fucking.
You're dragging
shitty-
pinkies, man.
Yeah, bro.
But
Don't-
I guess
don't-
if you're
Don't
like,
drag pinkies. Don't drag them.
if your palm is not touching the table, is that what you're not doing? And then so maybe
Yeah,
that's a
I
drag
mean-
for you, right? The pinky part is sort of that
Yeah,
stopping.
Y'all are fucking weird. I'll tell you that.
I think everybody does a little different. I
Yeah.
know, but yeah, so I'm just kind of changing that up a little bit, and then that's pretty much it. I haven't played any more. Nobody Saves the World. I do definitely want to get back into that game,
Oh,
but I'm a little ways into it. But like I said, I played that Ready or Not, and I was having a good time there. And then, like I said, this Apex kind of consumed me the last couple of days, and I'm sitting there. I bought God of War on on PC and Steam, and I barely touched that game, so I'm sitting there going, I need to get to God of War.
have you played it though?
Just the beginning, like just that first boss
Okay.
fight, and I enjoyed it, but I just feel like I don't know. I'd rather play online with friends.
That
You
game
know.
is so cool, man. Like that game. One of the coolest things, in my opinion, is that it doesn't never have any loading screens. The game never cuts away from the game.
Mhm.
Like you're always in the game. No matter what is happening, you're always watching something in the game. Like, you know what I mean? It never cuts away to like stop for loading or whatever. It never does that. Even on the PS4 Pro, it never did that. It just keeps going.
They just
It's like
kind
a
of
movie.
hide it in the background somehow. It just
They
kinda,
do. They hide it. They hide it. Like a lot of the times, the way they hide it is in fights. Like you will be either walking somewhere, or you'll be doing some kind of fight sequence like you did in the beginning of that game or whatever when you're fighting the god.
Mhm.
Sometimes you'll be fighting other things. You'll be fighting a giant, like a legit giant, and you're fucking falling off of a mountain. I think that was one of the fights where you're fighting this huge giant guy, and you fall off of a mountain, and you're like on his fucking head, like punching him in his eyeballs and shit, because he's so fucking big compared to you. But yeah, I think the way you kill him is you like have him fall off of the mountain, and sort of like for like, I want to say for like a few minutes, it's just a fight sequence of you on top of this fucking giant falling through the sky, and you're just punching the shit out of him, and he's fucking grabbing you and tossing you and shit. And that shit was wild. I was like, God damn, that was fucking epic. It was cool as fuck. There's some real cool fucking fights in that game, dude.
Yeah,
I
there
feel
is.
like there is.
you
I mean,
gotta play it.
It's
You-
gonna be good. I don't know. Like I said, when I sit down to get on play, I'm like, oh, this person's on or this person's on. Oh, I feel like playing Apex tonight, and
Just turn off Discord. Listen, just turn off
yeah,
Discord.
that's probably what I should
Unplug
do.
that. unplug that shit, okay, and launch God of War and just play that. Act like Discord doesn't exist.
You're probably right.
Yeah, that game is good, man. When you get to the
Get out of your routine,
Valkyries,
Mayo. Get out of your routine.
those Valkyries, man, those things are killer, dude. There's like there's like a few, like I don't know, I think there's like 10 of them in the map or in the world or whatever, and they're like these they look like angels or whatever, and they're all usually when you walk in, it's just sitting there by like doing nothing. It'll just sit there like it looks like an angel, like it's covered in like it's folded up in its wings or whatever. And you walk up to it and you're like, what the fuck is this thing? The first time you do that, it is a huge mistake because you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? That shit fucks you up, dude. Those things are like, there's 10 of them on the map and you kill them all or whatever and you get something or whatever if you kill them all. But those motherfuckers are hard as shit. I remember the first time I ran into one, it's kind of cool because, you know, like the little kid or whatever, he doesn't know what the fuck it is and you don't really know what it is. So you're walking in there and he's like, whoa, what is that? Hey, boy, stay back. And then next thing you know, the door behind you shuts. And next thing you know, this thing is fucking you up. This thing is just like fucking coming at you and shit, dude. Those fuckers are fast. But they all kind of, they all kind of have a pattern. They attack really fast and they're really powerful, but they kind of have like a rhythm that you can like.
So it's almost like know when to block kind of thing and then counterattack.
It's like Dark Souls where once you know how to like dodge and what time to dodge and shit to do all that, you will be able to beat them. But the first time you're trying to figure it out, you can die a lot. The first time I died like 10 times to that motherfucker. I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Fucking stupid ass
Souls. Yeah.
What is this stupid fucking game? Fucking dumbass game. I was so mad. And then I was able to kill her and I felt fucking like a god. I was like, yeah, I can take on the fucking world right now. Let's go, motherfucker. And then I got fucked up by the next one because it had some kind of different attack pattern. But yeah, man. Anyways, what else?
With me, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I've dabbled. Oh, remember the game Bright Memory? We talked about it a while back. There was a demo on Steam.
I remember that game. I remember when it first came out on was it the series? Well, when the Xbox launched, it was like, hey, here you go. You get this game for free. Or it came out on Game Pass. I can't remember.
Yeah, they were talking about that. And if you owned the demo on Steam, you got the game for free. Like if you bought it early access. Mm-hmm. Not the demo, but it was like an early version of it. And so I got the free game like a little while back now, a couple weeks ago. I finally installed that. I want to kind of give that a run because that has ray tracing and stuff. That's a game that was made by like one person, but it just looks absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's my kind of gameplay of a game or not, but I do want to get into that some this week. Hopefully. But it's got that, that I think it's first person, and you have a sword and you have a gun and, and it's kind of that balance of that attack and stuff. You got to try and figure out but it looks pretty good. That's
was it like bullet sword now?
What's that? You going robotic again?
Turn my camera off. I saw like Bulletstorm element, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that.
I only played like 30 minutes of it. I don't know if it was a demo or if it was just, part of Game Pass.
This is bad. Gunny, you're really bad. This is bad because I have to take off, guys, and so now it's going to be Mayo talking to a robot.
So the robot over here.
The rest of the show here. I mean, wow. Like, this is tough. It's tough, guys. But I have to take off. This is my peace out Brussels sprouts moment, all right?
All right.
I'll be back on next week. Hope you guys deliver a good show. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, guys. I'll be listening. All right?
It might be a little bit of a short one because we don't have a whole lot of news this week, and we don't have a whole lot of community questions. So.
At least we showed up. Okay.
Right.
We're here.
God damn it.
Gunny's not here. We got a robot here instead of Gunny. But
we got a fucking robot instead of Gunny.
we're working on getting the robot a little better, guys. I'm sorry. We will get the kinks worked out of the robot.
Poor robot. Anyways, I'm out of here, fellas. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. Find me on everything. Blah blah blah. All that good shit. Bye, guys. Bye.
All right, see ya. All right, robot. What have you been playing over there?
Can you hear me okay, or am I still robotic?
You are good right now.
Okay, so I'm going to try to speak really fast here. I've been playing some Dying Light 2.
And how is that?
It's good so far. I'm trying to think back on Dying Light 1. I mean, I vaguely remember, I believe I finished the story, which was pretty good. And, like, always like that fun combat and lots of, melee weapons or what have you. But so this one, I like the way it starts out and, cinematic and, you're playing as Aiden. I assume that's who you were in the last game. And, you're like this, it almost gives me that like Walking Dead feel to it, except, you're only meeting like one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're just like, you're in this world that's, been fucking with the undead for so long. And, you're basically start off like you're in this faction like you're a pilgrim, which is probably just more like career or messengers, where you fit through boards to deliver things, and yeah, I don't know. You're just like, okay, go meet this other person at this next objective, and try not to give any real spoilers here, but because you only start off with like one weapon that I found, whether it's a baseball bat or some kind of like a machete style type thing, and but it kind of gives you that tutorial kind of along the way where I'm playing on Xbox, by the way, so use the Xbox controller and LB to dodge, and right trigger is your sort of your action button, but you also got that good like a nice little kick button to it as well. So so you can launch enemies right off the edge of a freaking building or something, which is always fun. So one thing I'm trying to get used to is where if an enemy's coming at you, whether it's a human or a zombie, and you press LB fast enough to hit, to block, an incoming attack, where, okay, then it kind of prompts you to, to kind of do this like jumping freaking Bruce Lee.
Uh-oh, I think we lost the robot. I think somebody ran the batteries dead on it or something. The big old Boomer Twitch NFT robot we got going over there has pretty much died completely on us over here. All right, guys, I'm back. So evidently I'm going to be doing this solo here for a little while. So we have an in and out of a robot. His batteries aren't really the best. He's like one of those old phones that you got to kind of keep plugged into the wall because he just keeps shutting down on us. So, his other game he's been playing a lot is Satisfactory. Been continuing to build in there and do that, and that's pretty much it.
Me and Ghost Nico.
Yes, Nico with Gunny. We got him over in the corner over there plugged in, but we'll see how long he lasts. But moving on, we'll just go ahead and hit the news and kind of wrap this up. Is first news article, Gunny, we got is Stadia is reportedly deprioritizing, and so basically, what is this? Google is. Can the article put up here? All right, it says Stadia reportedly deprioritized as Google focuses on selling streaming tech to third parties. Sorry, I'm getting this ad blocker stuff pop up. Okay, it says Google is reportedly go away. All right, this is not Gunny. This is not letting me on this website.
Too many cookies in there?
Too
many ads?
No. We are.
Hey, that was your link that you sent.
I know. Like I sent it off my phone, but it would not let me. Let me see if I can open it on my phone.
Because Google has reportedly deprioritized its consumer-facing game streaming platform Stadia, and now has a reduced interest in negotiating blockbuster titles for the service. But that was a thing already, right?
Well, like, a lot of people just kind of talked about it, how basically we thought that Google doesn't really follow through with a lot of their stuff. They don't, they're quick to shut things down. And so some people were like, okay, this is going to be dead, in no time. And then, and it got quiet. Like nobody really talked about Stadia anymore. And, I know Jesus actually just picked it up because it was like really cheap. And now it seems to be like they're, going to maybe focus on selling the streaming tech to third parties. What makes me think is, if it was me or I was running Sony over there, I would be like looking at this going, that might be really interesting. We might be able to use something like that, in their streaming service because, they're getting ready to have a streaming service come out, and we don't know how good that streaming service is going to be, but maybe because Jesus himself was saying how good it ran, at his place, that maybe Sony could tap into that and utilize that and do some of their streaming that way. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but
yeah. So I'll just read this here because I think this is important, especially for me, where it said it's well documented, despite its initial praise for the service's streaming capabilities, at its launch in 2019. And I know I was following it on Facebook, weeks or a couple of months prior, right? So I had joined a couple groups because I was interested in it too, to kind of see how, kind of how things go and, what the service is all about. And I would say like there was some hype over on my end, but it says here, problematic rollout meant Google failed to capitalize on initial consumer interest. The extent of Stadia's failing started to become clear when the company announced it was closing its first-party game development studios. I think there was 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken, less than 14 months after launch, with subsequent reports claiming the streaming platform was missing its targets for the monthly active users by hundreds of thousands. So I remember when this happened, right? When they said, oh, we're just closing the tube, but don't worry about it. Everything's fine. And I was just like, I knew right then and there that was it, right? That was its downfall because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I understand. It's almost like, to me, I kind of see it where, remember when Fry's was closing down, when they took all their inventory out and they were like, hey, yeah, we don't know what's going on, but no, we're just kind of do things a little differently. Yeah. I understand. They can't just come out and say, yeah, we're rearranging things and reorganizing and remodeling. And I understand the CEO and anybody in the store could not say, we're basically closing down. We're shutting the doors. We're locking up. We're not going to be online. We're liquidating. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, there are rules to this game, but yeah, but the older, wiser me, like I knew, I was like, oh, that's it, huh? So, I'm glad Jesus got in on that fire sale. That's what I'm going to call it, to get the controller and the dongle, whatever that thing's called.
Right.
But
what's he going to do with it if it completely dies? Is it just going to be a decoration? I mean, is it going to be kind of like the Steam controller, like something nobody uses?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see because Google's still going to be around, right? There will be some kind of connectivity thing that you can play little freaking phone games, mobile games on it, right? That'll be it.
Right. And he did get a Chromecast with it as well, right? So it's not like he had a total loss on it. Like him picking this up, they did give him a Chromecast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. So, I forget what is it called? Chromecast 2 or Ultimate or something. So it does stream in that 4K.
Right.
Sort of like what Apple has, right? With their AirPlay, not the AirPlay, but, their device, right?
Right.
That, can hold movies or TV shows and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. All right. We're going moving on here. Nintendo, with Microsoft and Sony over here buying Step Up now. Gunny. Nintendo says it won't compete with Microsoft and Sony in acquisitions arms race. It says our brand is built upon products crafted by dedication by our employees.
Ooh, shots fired.
Yeah, and it says the Nintendo president has stated the company won't be looking to buy up external publishers and studios in the same way that Microsoft and Sony have. Microsoft caused shockwaves in the industry earlier, this year by acquiring Activision for almost $70 billion. Sony wrapped up a deal purchased the other day for buying Bungie around $3.6 billion. It said these aggressive moves have caused many to speculate if Nintendo will look to make any acquisitions itself during the Nintendo's investors briefing. And they said, our brand was built upon products crafted with dedication by our employees, and having a large number of people who don't possess Nintendo DNA in our group would be a plus to the company. He says, it also says back in November, they revealed plans to spend up to 100 billion yen to bolster Nintendo's internal development. It's clear that the company feels the best way to maintain its position is to invest in itself rather than purchase external entities and bring them into the fold. And it said, however, in the briefing, he said he did add that Nintendo isn't against acquisitions in principle, but only if they are necessary. A good example would be the purchase of Luigi's Mansion 3 developer Next Level Games, which was triggered when the studio major shareholders expressed an interest to sell off their shares. And then speaking to Bloomberg, Tokyo-based consultant Serkan Toto added that he doesn't think Nintendo will look to purchase any studios or publishers. And he goes on by saying, I really have a hard time imagining which of the big ones that even would be, Nintendo would be interested in. Nintendo will always stay Nintendo. The company has always relied on their first-party games, and I don't see any reason why they should change. Which is right. You think of Nintendo, you think of all their Nintendo titles, and that's why you buy a Nintendo. You buy it for Luigi's Mansion, you buy it for Mario Kart, you buy it for Fire Emblem. That's not maybe a Nintendo made game, but I think it's only on the Switch. It's one of their studios that had made it. So it just, that's what you buy a Switch for. That's what I bought a Switch for. I have Luigi Mansion and the Mario Karts and all that stuff, and and I enjoy them on there.
Yeah, it's funny when I see me as the Xbot, right? But I mean, I see that. I'll answer it this way. So just my thoughts on it. Where, man, I remember when Microsoft bought Bethesda, right, and ZeniMax and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it could have been even earlier on, where it was even previous, where they never owned the Forza and the Gears of War and was it something else, right? Those were owned by other companies, right? Like Epic owned Gears of War, and you had your Turn 10, and then there was that other sister company over in England who's making Fable. Who is that? If you remember that studio?
Yeah, the ones that made Forza. I can't think of the name right now.
Well, there was the Forza, and then there was the Horizon series made by that other company. So I think it was when we were still doing the podcast and they were acquiring these companies. I think me and Jesus had asked you so what's going on? And then they're probably going to buy the bigger studios. What's Steam going to do, right? To kind of counter this, right? Because we always, kind of had that where he said that Microsoft competes with Steam, not against PlayStation, which they all compete against each other, right?
Right.
Everybody wants a piece of that pie or, to be bigger. So yeah. And I have been following that, right? I mean, since you started on this show, where I don't see Steam changing well, yes, they've got their handheld, their Steam machine coming, but their Steam Deck, but really they haven't changed anything. There's no free games they give away. There's no coupons. You know what I mean?
They do offer coupons, but it's kind of rare. You have to, when you craft badges and upgrade your Steam level, they'll actually give you some coupons. Actually, I just got 3 of them the other day. But it's something that you don't have to you can't really hunt out. It's just something they give you, and say it's for a particular game, and it'll be a coupon basically from that developer for another one of their games.
Yeah, right. I mean, I get those, and I see those things pop up on my menu, but you know what I'm talking about. Here's just $10 randomly. Come over to our, you know what I mean? Get over here, stay in our ecosystem. Steam does not do that, right? They just don't. That's not their business practice. So yeah, definitely seeing it from Nintendo, where they're status quo over here. We're doing just fine. We make our Luigis, we make our Marios, our Mario Karts and Zeldas, and everything is great. And, we got, is it Niantic or whatever that makes Pokemon, or the Pokemon company. And yeah, they're just boom, 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 right? Firing on all cylinders. And, doing just great over there. So, yeah, I agree with Sony. It's a smart move. Just keep going with what you're doing, right?
Right. But yeah, so that's kind of Nintendo's stance on things, and it's good to know. We don't think they're going to be making any plans, and they're just going to keep doing what Nintendo does. I mean, that's kind of what they do. We're Nintendo, and we're going to do what we want. Moving on, Gunny. Next article, we got developers of Team 17 published games, slams, worms, NFT plans. So according to this, it says indie developers with games published by Team 17 have reacted in fury to yesterday's announcement of Worms collectible NFTs. It says Ghost Town Games, developer of Overcooked, one of Team 17's most popular titles, released a statement via Twitter this afternoon saying it did not support NFTs due to the environmental and social cost. The developer from Team 17 published Roguelike Going Under went further. He says, we believe NFTs cannot be environmentally friendly or useful and really are just an overall fucking grift. Ooh. And he wrote that on Twitter. And he said he'll never work with Team 17 again. So that's the
ouch.
One of the developers over there at the Ghost Town Games. And it said both statements also included a message that Team 17 fans should not be harassed or should not harass employees or developers working on Team 17 based titles about yesterday's news. So the decision seems to have taken everyone off guard and likely come from the very top. Yesterday, Eurogamer reported that within Team 17 had been blindsided by the company's Worms NFT reveal, while others had heard about the project and voiced their disapproval, only for it to get announced anyway. So, hey there, Ghost Town wrote, we at Ghost Town Games just wanted to reassure you that Overcooked and any of our future games will never engage in NFTs. We do not support NFTs. We do not think they can carry any good into the environment or social cost. We also want to ask folk to be kind when voicing their concerns to the friendly neighborhood community managers. And then they said, we at Argo Carb condemn Team 17's decision to produce and engage with NFTs. He wrote, but he says, we believe NFTs cannot be environmentally friendly. Please not, again, who not harass employers and all that kind of stuff. So basically what they're saying, they're like, we don't like these NFTs. That we told you we didn't like them. And then you guys are still, upper management is still saying, we're doing this. And some of these small indie companies aren't going to work with Team 17 anymore because they don't feel like it's right. So it seems like we're starting to get this divide, like you're either for NFTs or you're against NFTs. And I mean, I don't know where I stand. I don't like the idea of it being like a blockchain kind of thing, or you hear the word pyramid scheme like all the time.
Yeah. But, remember those, right? When we were younger.
Right. But then I hear like another podcast I was listening to, and there's a guy, he was talking, and he actually works on NFTs, but he says he works on like a community relations kind of thing. So he was kind of explaining it. And he said basically one thing down the road that NFTs are going to enable is selling our own digital copies of games. So he's like, that's a positive in these NFT stuff, because obviously you can have things that can go wrong and stuff like that. But one positive that could come out of these is the ability to sell our digital content, which could be huge, because we've said that before. Like, how do you do that? Do you actually own your library? Like, do I actually own my Steam library, or do I own my Nintendo digital copies? In a way, we don't, because if Steam actually died, I would lose all those games. I'd lose access to all that stuff. So this may be a way to combat that, but that's, what cost is that going to come along with that? Is there going to be stuff in there to just line the pockets even more so? Are we going to get rid of loot boxes and just start adding these NFTs in there and start, raking money that way? Is that what the publishers and developers' plans are? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard where I guess it sounds like a communication thing, right? Between that developer and, where they should have maybe explained it better to them,
Right.
With these indie developers. So I don't know, because I don't know enough about it, right? And, you know, I know everybody's got to make money, so I don't know what's right and what's wrong on these NFTs. So seeing how I own NFTs, right? I own episode 383. So, gonna buy it off me,
Right.
right? Or I can sell it.
Moving on, Gunny, we got an article here. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, is the big sales hit despite being a mess at launch. So the trilogy is the one that has, it's the last, what three was there in there? I don't remember. I did not pick this up. It was a remaster of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And it says it was a mess at launch. Full of bugs, glitches to make Cyberpunk 2077 flinch, it said. We're just kind of skimming through here. Rockstar celebrated its 21st anniversary of the launch of Grand Theft Auto 3 with the release of the trilogy, the definitive edition for current and prior gen consoles and PC via Rockstar game launchers, with the title significantly exceeding our commercial expectations. Take-Two chairman and CEO Strauss Zelnick said during the publisher's quarterly final call. Later in the call, he addressed concerns with that GTA's trilogy QA failure could surface again in the future releases. Specifically, the enhanced editions of GTA 5 coming to the PS5 or the Xbox Series X in March, and that the new Grand Theft Auto game was finally confirmed last weekend. I didn't see that in the news where the new Grand Theft Auto was actually confirmed, and I did see something pop up today in the news where they are well underway on making GTA 6. So
I thought I saw something on Twitter, but I would have pulled up the news, but I didn't see it either on anything I searched for.
But yeah, so this game is evidently somewhat of a sales hit, even though it's been a mess. And it says they are totally focused on quality here, and we always want to deliver the best possible experience. He said, very occasionally we fall short, and I think the trilogy was an example of that. The title was launched with some issues. We addressed many of them. There are more fixes to come. Going forward, we remain highly focused on quality, and we are extremely confident in all of our upcoming releases. He also said that despite the disastrous launch, Take-Two will not change its approach to development, which includes outsourcing work on some ports and remasters. The GTA trilogy, for instance, was developed by Grove Street Games, which was previously worked primarily on mobile ports, and it said they had previously had low, quality issues with this company. So anytime that we have fallen short from a quality point of view, it has been an isolated case, and we aim to keep it that way. He also goes on to say, however, we are not changing our business model. The Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is expected to launch for mobile devices in the first half of 2022. So basically, they're just saying that the game has been still a success. And even though it's got some quality issues and some bug issues and it looks really bad, and, that's the complaints I've heard about this, and that's why I've stayed away from it. But, they're saying, they're going to focus still on quality, and that's still their priority. I don't know if you've heard anything, Gunny, or anything like that, but
No,
I didn't pick this game up at all. Like, I avoided it like the plague.
no, I thought it was Vice City. I always forget which one came to, Game Pass and then PlayStation Plus or whatever. One got one each or whatever. I didn't play. I know I installed one of them. I thought it was Vice City, but yeah, I don't know which one it was. But yeah, I was kind of like, some people were just saying how, I don't know, what is it, GTA 3 or maybe it was San Andreas, right? It's nothing more than just a mobile game anyway, right? Because I know I've seen it on my iPad.
Right.
So, it's an older game, right? So it can, yeah.
I mean, the idea of being mobile is really nice, but it just sounds like it is not played really well. So hopefully they'll get these kinks out, and the mobile version will be nice, because I feel like that's where they want to put their focus right now. They've made money everywhere else on this Grand Theft Auto series except for the mobile market.
Right.
And I think they see the potential there. That we've seen it on I don't know, how many consoles has Grand Theft Auto been on now? Like, especially if you take the trilogy, you think of, San Andreas and Vice City and all those. I mean, you're talking a long time of gaming, and a lot of consoles that stuff's been across and making money.
It definitely crosses a couple, right? Because it came out on, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, now on the new Xboxes, and now on the new PlayStation 5, right? So it just keeps, going up and up.
And just getting in that mobile market where that seems to be huge, like I don't spend money on mobile games, but it's out there because you read about the money that like Candy Crush and all that stuff makes, so people spend the money on the mobile games. And
yeah, I don't know if it was like, I can't remember if like, if that is on the phone or whatever, San Andreas, or, or just like on the iPad Pro, but it wouldn't surprise me. You can get those things to run on anything, if you really want to, right? Look at Fortnite. I think it'll just run on anything, even a dishwasher.
Right.
I mean, a refrigerator, sorry. It's got a little smart tablet in the front. You can do it.
All right. And that's pretty much all the news we got, Gunny. It's been a kind of a slow week of news. I've been a couple of news sites I went on, and it really hasn't been a whole lot going on. I've been kind of checking back and forth, and I have not seen anything.
No, I was really hoping that, with Xbox recent, huge acquisition, and then Sony with their purchase of Bungie, and I'm like, come on, Nintendo, buy something. Buy that Square Enix. And they're like, no, we're not. Right. We're not going to buy it. Hell no. Not buying nothing. So, and then Stadia's like, hey, we're closing down. Bye. Right. We're out of this. Peace out. Right?
Yeah, it makes me glad I didn't get involved in that. But yeah. That's it for news. Gunny, do you want to move on to the council corner?
Yeah, let's hope I'm not so much for a bot. It looks like my connection's good.
Yeah, you're good so far. Your batteries are fully charged and you're good to go right now.
It was weird. Like I saw something even pop up on my phone about, even Xfinity says, hey, your device is protected or something. So something funky going on. My son's over there trying to do some internet protocol workarounds or something. Screwing everything up. I'm going to go yell at him after this show. But moving over to the console corner for the month of February. Hopefully I updated this for PlayStation Plus. We have UFC 4 over on the PS4. Borderlands 2's Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. But yeah, if you've got Borderlands 2, it's probably $5. If wouldn't surprise me. But pick that up and play some Borderlands 2 and some Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. So looking forward to that Tiny Tina game.
Yeah, when's that coming out?
No. No, I didn't see it in my recent list, so I don't have it. I'm sure there's a date for it somewhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that'll be fun. It'll just be more of a, I'm kind of surprised it's not more of a Borderlands, 3 add-on. Wonder why they made that decision. So maybe it's been too long, but why not? Let's do it. And also, what else you have? Okay, so for you amazing PS5 people out there, you're going to get Planet Coaster, the console edition. So, yeah. Good thing about a PS5, you can play some Planet Coaster and make some roller coasters. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's all we have for PlayStation. What do we got over here on Xbox? I think it's still the same stuff. I don't know if I need to update it or not, but I was just looking on my console, and it still looks like you get Broken Sword 5, because you don't want to fight with a repaired sword. Yeah, was that Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, Hydrophobia, which is that old game from way back on Xbox 360, and I'm going to do this on the fly over here. We also have something called Aground. I know I played this game. I don't know if I ever talked about it or not. So, I don't know what the hell is this game? Survive at the beginning is only the beginning. The only way humanity is to have a future is return to the stars and confront them. But it will require a lot of ingenuity and help to recover everything that was lost. And even that might not be enough. Go play Aground. Yeah, it looks like an arcade game. That's what I just call the Xbox arcade games. What those are. Get your achievements. For Xbox Game Pass, sometimes I feature something, but there's really not much out there. I'd say just keep on playing, Mayo, what's that game that we're playing? Nobody Saves the World and Rainbow Six,
Extraction?
not Siege. What game is it?
Extraction?
Extractions or whatever the hell they're calling it. It's not Shelter in Place or anything, right? You're just fighting freaking aliens. So I haven't really played. I played it like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why. I just haven't been playing that at all. And over on the Epic Store, if you've got that launcher, you don't even need the launcher, guys, right? You don't even need a computer.
Use your phone.
Just go to epic.com, right, and start claiming all your games. Because we have a pretty good one here. It's called Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. So Mayo, I recommend that you even play this game if you haven't.
I can't remember which
does
ones
have
I
a
played.
lot of-
I played one of them, but I can't remember. I don't think it was this one.
I never played the first one. And then the second one was more of the, the pinball. I don't know what to say, Metroidvania. Ryan might
That was the one I
yell
played.
at me
I
for
really
that one.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that's actually so I played mostly through that one, and then I played a little bit of Impossible Lair. But I do recommend it, Mayo. I think you'd like it. It seems like something Nintendo would make, for the Switch. And it looks really good, too. So it's almost got this side-scrolling thing, but then you get to a certain area and it's almost top-down. It's pretty cool, so I do recommend you play that one. Everybody else out there that likes games like that, so pretty good stuff. Let's see, community questions.
Yeah, we only got the one.
Constant corner stuff. So do we have any of those?
Yeah, we got one from good old Jonathan Hall. Jonathan wants to know, he says, any new quick single-player games for this year, around 10 hours or less? I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's 10 hours or less.
Oh, no. I know. No, because I don't finish games, remember?
Right. Yeah. And then 10 hours is a pretty short game. So it'd have to be something kind of small, kind of indie. But I don't know. We'll have to look into it. We'll do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
We got Jesus out there on the world right now working on that. We'll get a report from him next week if there's any other 10-hour or less games coming up that he's looking forward to.
Right. So yeah, just kind of looking through my list over here. Because everything's like a games as a service, or I wonder if Psychonauts 2 is 10 hours or less.
I don't think so. I think it's longer than that.
Yeah, that's a game I do play periodically. I'll jump in and start playing it. I can't think of anything that's like, that short or long. They make pretty lengthy games nowadays, so keep us entertained.
Right. We do have one more question. I guess we have Brandon, the Chaos Agent. He says, did you know that the largest serving of scrambled egg weighs, it's like 6,800 pounds, 12 ounces, which is equal to 3.4 tons, Gunny? That's
cow.
Like a semi-truck, Gunny. That's like a loaded truck for you over there.
Yeah. Yeah, 6,800. That's, I don't know, 6,800 though. How many tons is that? How many tons or pounds are in a ton?
I thought it was 3,000, wasn't it?
It's something like half, right? Or something like that. So, geez. Yeah, that's like a whole, like F-150 full, the bed full of eggs. Holy
It's a lot of eggs and a big old omelet.
I'm going to need a lot of ketchup.
Are you one of those people that put ketchup on their eggs?
Yes, I do like ketchup on my eggs. I will, so if I have if I have eggs, I have to have ketchup, right? But I usually add other things. So it could be like hot sauce. Well, now when I say hot sauce, I'm not a big, what's the most common hot sauce?
Tabasco sauce?
That's what white people like, right? So I have to say that because, that's always been a thing where I never liked it. Maybe because I don't like that vinegary kind of, taste to it. Maybe I'm not a big vinegar fan. So I remember when that La Tapatia and, the other one that's kind of more popular now. So I love those things. Those are so good. I can't use a lot of it, but that kind of accompanies my ketchup.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Do you ever dive into those? Any of those
No.
other hot sauces?
No, I don't. I do not like hot things. Honestly, I just
Yeah.
avoid that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you know what I bought the other day actually was, and I buy it periodically too. So, these are, Taco Bell. Actually went to Taco Bell today and got some couple of Nacho Bel Grandes. The kid gets his freezy and stuff, and his crunchy wrap. And anyway, so I just, how their hot sauce is not technically really hot, like it's not spicy or anything.
Okay.
So, but you can buy that stuff in the grocery store. So once in a while I'll buy that because that's just my baby mode for my food, right? Because like if you accidentally put a little more on that you should have, you're going to be fine, and if I'm feeling real lucky here, if I'm on a roll, man, I'll throw in some of those jalapenos, like the pickled ones you can leave in the refrigerator, the sliced jalapeno.
Right.
So yeah, that's going on my eggs, man. A little salt, little pepper. I'm good to go. Now I'm hungry. I want a big bolus serving of scrambled eggs. But yeah, thanks, Brandon, for that question. Or more of that fact than anything.
Good to know. Good to know.
So,
I guess. And next time you play like Jackbox or something, if you get a question like that, you'll know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like
answer.
3 tons, 6,800. Yeah. Oh yeah, he clearly shows right here 4 tons. Oh my god. Yeah.
Anyways, that's pretty much it for the community questions, Gunny. Where can we find you?
Before that, since my internet is doing so well over
Okay.
here, I just kind of wanted to just finish up on Dying Light 2. Everything's good so far, and tutorial, how you the progression as you're starting out in the first hour or two, which is where I'm at. It's cool. I like it, and I would just say one thing where they introduce these flying fucking zombies, right?
Okay.
Basically, because I'm like, where the like he just came in like. You remember that TV show, Greatest American Hero, Can't exactly fly straight and he crashes into everything. So, and I'm just like, even your character is like, what the hell was that thing? Was that a flying zombie flying out of a window sideways? Yeah, it sure was. It even shows like, hey, when they're coming at you, LB on the controller to kind of scoot out of the way, right? So whatever direction you're pointing. But at the same time, you're focused on, it could be 2 other zombies, right? In the beginning of the game. And they've got flailing arms, so you don't know when to block. Luckily, I'm so early on that it's probably not, dealing a lot of damage. But I'm like, come the fuck on, right? I can't deal with all 3 of those things at the same time. So that was a bit frustrating because once in a while it would give me that prompt, right? It would show that like kind of that white glow on the side of my screen, but it doesn't show me like if I'm not staring at it, like, okay, are they attacking now? They're going to come flying at me. To deal damage. So, but, yeah. And with the human enemies that I've run into, it's kind of cool because only one of them really, is depending on how you're lined up, in that first person view where you're only dealing with the one enemy, right? They don't exactly surround you. So I'd say it's holding my hand pretty good and, keeping me from getting frustrated, in that regard. But story so far, it's good. Graphics, I don't know. It's weird. Some things seem a little cell shaded. I'm not sure if it, I know it's not cell shaded, but it just seems weird on some of the textures and stuff. But it's fine. And one other thing with the, I know I asked in Discord about the flashlight. I'm like, what the hell? I'm pressing down on the D-pad.
Oh yeah, I saw you post that.
Yeah, and I'm like, what in the world? And then the game crashed. But the game actually didn't crash. It was actually my freaking internet saying like, hey, you need to be online. So I was already having internet issues to begin with this morning. But yeah, I unlocked it shortly after I had posted that in Discord. I was like, oh, I just get handed a flashlight or whatever. I find one. I thought the game was completely broken. But so yeah, now I'm not walking around in the freaking dark, especially when you get indoors. But, environment's cool. You're in this national forest. And before you know it, you're down in like this dungeon. Like, what the hell is a dungeon in the forest, So, I don't know. It works though, man. It works. So, pretty good sequences of, enemies, human and zombie alike, chasing your ass as you're going through a dungeon, and before you know it, you're in water. So, yeah, pretty good stuff so far.
Good deal.
I'll lock it. But, all right, guys, go find me over on Xbox, playing Dying Light 2, and Epic and Steam under gamer tag Gunny Chief. I do play on the PS4 once in a while, my PS4 Pro, so glad games are coming to it, along with Horizon Forbidden West. Is that the name of the new one? I think that's coming to PS4 Pro. Yeah, I'm over there. I'm HGP_Gunny. Where do we find yous, Mayos?
I'm going to jump in there real quick. We're going to find Jesus out wandering around right now. He's over there. Jesus walks a lot on pretty much everything. He was lucky enough to get his name everywhere, Gunny. I don't know. I guess I did see his...
How did he do that?
I don't know. I think he was out paying off some people. I don't know.
He claimed some religious exemption or something. So I know he's outside right now yelling at some meth heads and over in Portland. What's going on over there?
Driving the wrong way down one-way streets. But yeah, find him over as JesusWalksAlot and everything. I'm sure he'll be playing Ready or Not more this week, and probably some Dying Light. I'm guessing he's gonna buy this on PC. I don't know. I kind of like I swayed him a little bit, but we will see. We will find out next week. But you can find me as pretty much, the Mayo or the Mayo 1 on Steam and Discord and what is the Origin launcher and all those launchers on PC. On Xbox, I am the Mayo with some numbers behind. I can't remember those exact numbers, but 'cause I changed my name. They gave you that embarrassing set
Mayo
of numbers.
-01.
Yeah.
Mayo -001.
I don't remember what the numbers are, but you'll find me. It's got a Mayo jar on there. Everything else, find me on Discord, and there's a link to my profile on there. So with that said, Gunny, I guess the next thing to say is peace out, Brussels sprouts.
I don't want to say that yet because I got to give a shout out to Ryan Gibson up in Canada land. He's up in Ottawa right now. I know he's like throwing throwing bottles and cans down on top of the truckers over there.
Probably throwing snowballs at him.
That's right. Yeah. Going, you're not fucking sorry, eh? Fuck you truck drivers, bitches. But go find Ryan Gibbs 8777 over on Xbox and Steam.
All right.
Time to say goodnight.
All right. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. Catch us again next week on another episode of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. See ya.
Bye. Yay.